This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help you find options within your budget. Try it today at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Refreshing wild cherry cola meets smooth cream. The treat you deserve. Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream. Treat yourself.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Craner, and my friend Cecil Baldwin loves horror movies, and he's helping make this genre more approachable for me and hopefully for you too, one film at a time in a random order. Are you squeamish about horror movies? Don't worry, we'll tell you what happens. Adore horror movies? Great. Watch along with us each week. As always, check the show notes for content warnings about this week's episode discussion and film. This week, we randomly rolled a 2 for vampire and a 4 for dumb. Here is episode 316.
Number generation. Podcast number 9.
This week on Random Number Generator, horror podcast number 9, Encounters of the Spooky Kind, 1980. Warning! Spoilers ahead.
I moved to New York City in 2006. Recently, I said that to someone in their late 20s who would have just been a kid then. And they told me, I'm so jealous. Like, you were here in the heyday of New York City, back when it was cool. It's not cool now, I asked? No, New York is done. Well, my thought is, New York has always been done and never will be done. It just changes, like any city. In 2006, I was doing late night theater in the East Village, which seemed pretty cool to me because East Village at that point had such a reputation. But by 2006, it had long since outlived its bohemian reputation. CBGB closed then, so did the Bowery Poetry Club. New York was dying even when I was in my late 20s. It was probably dying when people in their late 20s were there in the 80s and the 50s and the 1930s and on and on and on, I told this person. Cool things are always still happening. You just don't know which will be legendary yet. For me, in 2006, I don't think I understood it at the time, but I was getting to watch one of the greatest theater companies of all time, in my opinion. The Vampire Cowboys, headed up by Robert Ross Parker and Qui Nguyen, they were true pioneers of geek theater. They put kung fu, sci-fi, and slasher horror on stage in bold, creative ways, inspired by films from UHF Television, USA Up All Night, and Discount VHS bins. The Vampire Cowboys shows were about using cheap materials and huge imaginations. It was letting lighting and acting do most of the heavy lifting, and of course, it was always about the fight choreography. The greatest fight choreography to me has to be the most stylized. We know those actors aren't really hurting each other, so why not celebrate the dance of it all? The best performers, of course, are freakishly skilled, but so much is in the staging. There are still countless amazing theater companies in New York City, all still building their legends. Some will stay, some will go. None will be exactly like the Vampire Cowboys, in that way that nothing will be like CBGB or Bowery Poetry. Still, I do miss the Vampire Cowboys, but thankfully, I have the Criterion app. And I have Sammo Hung's Mr. Vampire series to not only thank for the Hong Kong action comedy explosion, but to remind me of how fun the Vampire Cowboys brand of geek theater with their big action and silly jokes can be. Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
What is your favorite tofu dish?
Ooh, tofu is tough. Tofu is a tough one. It took me, my dad was the cook in our family, and tofu was his... never could quite figure it out, never could crack the code. And we were his unwilling experiments growing up. But now, honestly, I just like just a little miso soup. I think just a simple miso, just a little tofu, little seaweed, little scallion, maybe some sliced mushroom. Like, good for whatever ails you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, miso is a great one. Anything like cube that up and put it in any kind of like Indian dish. And I'm down. I'm down for it. Yeah. I think it's so good. You know, oftentimes you can do cubed tofu instead of paneer or chicken in a dish.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's so good. I think anytime somebody can fry up tofu, get it all browned, and throw it in a salad, throw it in any kind of whatever noodle dish, I think it's great. I have tried, like your father, I have tried to cook tofu, and I have failed so many times. It is very particular. Cecil, we did not get a guest this week, but we got a friend. We got a vampire expert. We got a Symphony Sanders. Hi, Symph.
What's up, boys?
Hello.
Hi.
What's your favorite tofu dish, Symph?
Ooh, I'd have to say I love a salt and pepper tofu, fried tofu at this place in Chinatown here in Chicago that I love, but like really anywhere. I'm sorry, anything crispy, fried, golden brown, and then heavily salted, put it in my belly. You know what I mean? But also
crispy on the outside, soft on the inside.
Soft on the inside. Yes. But also, I enjoy a simpler element of like, it's not quite firm tofu, it's like a softer tofu, not quite silken, but, and it's just cut up, and then you pour like a sauce over it, and it's like usually like some sort of mix of soy sauce, vinegar, whatnot, sesame oil, and then green onions, and then crispy fried garlic on top of it. And that is delightful and very refreshing. So
I love that.
I never had no tofu jelly.
Has anybody ever had sweet tofu like we saw in the film today?
Yeah, that's what made me think of that. I never have. Have y'all?
I have not.
I've had it in something like blended up, but I wouldn't have known that it was tofu unless someone told. And it's like a silken sort of tofu situation, but not like the version that they had. I was just like, what's this weird white soup?
It's like soft serve.
Yeah. I like that we're getting to see a brand new tofu dish in the same way that we're getting to see brand new form of vampires for this show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vampire in name only.
Yeah.
What I could say.
Yeah, it's the Jiangxi is what's depicted here in this film, which has become kind of known as the hopping vampire, and a lot of that is because of Sammo Hung, right? Like he took this movie and kind of took this idea of the hopping vampire and then created a whole action comedy around it, and the movies that followed from this, the Mr. Vampire 1, 2, 3, etc.
And like a fighting style, and apparently this is there is historical precedents, like mythological, like sort of people that could sort of necromance corpses, and they would apparently quote unquote like hop like toads.
Yes.
And then he's like, okay, I'll see that, and we will invent an entire fight style for this zombie vampire corpse.
I did enjoy that. I did enjoy the difference, though. While it was very different from what we normally see in vampire movies, I thought it was really fun. For those of you who don't know, I love Kung Fu. I love vampires, but I also love Kung Fu, and I love Sammo Hung because the synergy. The Venn diagram came together. But I really came into knowing Sammo Hung from Jackie Chan movies like Drunken Master and all that stuff. So that fighting style is just so awesome, and the fact that they call him fat throughout the whole thing, I'm like, he's not that fat. He's not that. He's agile.
He's sturdy.
Yeah, he's sturdy, but he's very agile. Like the moves that he does, he's flipping around, and you can definitely see the influence and the like type of fighting style that they have, like him and Jackie Chan have. Like it's very apparent in this one. But the vampire, my favorite part is the Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal lean that he does to look underneath.
Yes.
The way I was like, yes, Smooth Criminal, work. He'd be like, eh.
Because that's, I think, it's like very robotic.
Yeah, they
these
kept in
vampires.
the knees. Yeah.
Like I was thinking like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. That was like, the other thing, because every time they move their arms back and forth, they're like, choo, 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 choo. And I was like, boy, Rock'em Sock'em.
Yeah.
And it's like unstoppable fingernails.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of fingernails, let's get to this opening bit of what's happening in
yeah.
the first act of this movie. By the time I got to the end, I was reflecting back on the first act, being like, I enjoyed all of it, but did we need it in terms of the story to get us where we're going?
The friends pulling the trick on him, and then there actually was like a Bloody Mary style thing inside the...
So I found a little bit about Sammo Hung, like when working with the kung fu and like the sort of the theater company. He would listen to people would tell spooky stories, and so I think this is kind of a like not episodic, but it's like kind of different small stories, kind of tacked onto a larger kind of tale.
Yeah.
And I kind of get like the opening sequence with the two corpses kind of talking to each other, the dream sequence, have you ever played peel apple? Not even the Europeans can do it. They hate it. So I think it's just like here's like 5 or 6 traditional spooky tales that I've heard. Let's kind of find a way to stitch them all together.
I almost forgot about that with the little bone hands coming out of the pots.
Yeah, there's the bone hands coming out of the vases, and then that's just a dream, and then we get into the peel apple thing, which is all like a test. But like legit, there are spirits inside the mirror. Like they snatched that molefish friend.
I know.
Wait, the long arm, the arm that was like so long coming out of the mirror. Also, I was like, honey, the nails, the glue on that is beyond a press-on. Yes. That was like a piece of paper that somebody folded up and glued onto a finger.
Yeah. Yes.
And I love this. So the setup is, our protagonist, Bold Chung, which, can we go back to the time when everybody had like little nomiker? Like, it'd be like Stinky Cecil, and everybody just called you Stinky Cecil. Like, that was just who you were around town.
We do have a nickname now.
That's it.
I'm excited for our next tour.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Stinky Cecil on stage. Cecil. But he has a dream, and he's like, oh my God, this scary dream. And we meet his wife, and already you kind of know what sort of movie you're getting into because of their interaction, right?
She's a nightmare.
Yeah, the big, bold character strokes in this movie are huge. Yeah, she's an absolute nightmare person. Because she... it opens with him having this dream about these two spirits, the uncle and the nephew, in vases that are like, they grab drunk Chung walking along through just blackness, and, they're attacking him. The nephew character with that weird mask thing that he's wearing is real freaky. And then the uncle
I thought that was just like a weird doll. Like,
it could just be a doll, yeah.
I don't know. I was very upset by that. I was like, no.
Uncanny Valley. And
the uncle's just like eating his thigh, just chomping out of it.
He's like, leave some for me.
And like, I think that one of them chomped his butt a little bit.
Pinched his butt.
Pinched his butt. I was upset by all of that. But I understand how it would be a scary dream, but you wake up and then your mean wife, who's just weaponizing everything you say to be like, oh.
Yeah, you're like, you're the worst.
At one point in time, he says, maybe I'm haunted. And she says, well, the poorer you are, the more likely you are to be haunted. I was like, good Lord.
Damn.
And then she puts on her nice, pretty silk shirt. And he's like, where'd you get that? She's like, I have money that I saved a little bit over time. Well, we're going to find out how she got that money.
Whoring. That's how.
He goes to meet his goofy friends at lunch. And we're very much setting up the idea that he is the bravest. He self-proclaimed bravest man around town. And obviously his wife disagrees and his friends challenge him on that. But his friend, what is his name? Adu, he says, you got to play the peel apple game, which is basically light a candle and you got to peel an apple at midnight with
In
one
front of a
stroke.
mirror.
In front of a mirror in one stroke. You can't break the peel. And then if you do it well, you get anything you want. And if you fail, then something bad will happen.
Uh-oh.
Well, and he seems to be doing it pretty good. Like
Yeah.
when he goes over to the guy's house and he does it really good at first, and then his friends sabotage him by
of course.
doing the wind machine and the leaves and all that, and then the window busts open and he turns his head and like fucks up the thing, like messes up the apple, and then he's tricked by the false window, the false mirror.
But he identifies that the guy has he's cross-eyed and he has a giant mole on his cheek, so even the makeup isn't hiding that.
pretty
Wait
obvious.
a minute.
Yeah.
I know that mole. And then he sort of ducks down and he sees the feet underneath. He's like, oh, okay.
Could they not have gotten the other, like one of the other guys who didn't have very distinguishing facial features to do it?
They were too embarrassed to do drag, is the
It's
answer.
true. It's all a prank, and then they're just, and Adu is basically saying like, you know what? We're all having fun. You don't owe me. You said you would buy me
we'll buy you
breakfast.
breakfast tomorrow,
We'll buy you
yeah.
breakfast. And but then that mirror, there is a ghost in the mirror. Oh, it's like a two-faced lady, like half dead, half alive.
half face in purple.
I was like, is that what happens when you die? You turn a little purple, or is it because she's like ghoulish?
I think
You know what I
ghoulish.
mean? It's supposed to be like spooky ooky.
I love that she like lights the candles with like her fingernails.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah. Yeah, she's full on Mrs. Harvey Dent over here, lighting the candles with her fingernails, with her Lee press-ons.
Yeah.
And
she went her one long arm.
arm that
The
is
long
too long.
arm of the law.
She snags Adu and just pulls his ass through the mirror. Yoink.
Like,
He's
never
just
to be
gone
heard-
forever, girl.
Never to be heard from again.
Nope.
Also, can we talk about this movie? Is like 1980.
Yeah.
1980, yeah.
So that's pretty. I think that was pretty advanced. They didn't have CGI back then, so like the way they sucked him into the mirror, I'm like, that was really cool for that time. I think.
I think
He
it's
just got
cool
really,
for this time.
like little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really evocative, just like the fight choreography is
like,
super unrealistic, but it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we also get this long arm is trying to grab Bold Chung, and we're seeing already like the early ducking and dodging and flipping, and like it's very you can see the Jackie Chan influence here. Jackie Chan's influence from Sammo Hung of the way in which he moves around, almost Buster Keaton like oblivious to
Yes.
what's happening around him.
Yeah.
The physical comedy is so good. It's like it reaches for his head and he bends down and reaches for
He
his leg.
scratches it.
Right. I just love that. And it's funny. It's like silly. And you're like, oh, it almost got him.
I also love the simplicity of this story. Like, it reminds me of a Grimm's fairy tale
Yeah.
kind of thing. It's like, the boldest man in the village who his friends dare for him to spend the night in the haunted castle, kind of. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah, I guess it is setting up the idea that he is trying to earn. He's given himself the title of Bold, right? He's given himself that nickname. And now he's got to prove it. Just like you're going to have to prove Stinky Cecil to us.
Challenge accepted.
In the tour van.
Yikes. God. You ride in the back.
He does.
Like those celebrities. You ever hear about those celebrities? They're like, yeah, I think showering's really overrated.
Oh, my God.
I think that's wrong, and they should go to jail for that.
Even the hottest person in the world can still be unattractive if you cannot stand within 6 feet of them.
Right.
I heard Brad Pitt stinks.
I've heard quite a few people stink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
sorry.
so
Wash your butt.
no, wash your butt plus butt plus.
Butt Plus, the new app.
Yes,
your
everything
body.
within like 3.5 feet of your butt that's part of you, you should wash it.
Wash it all
Hot spots, all of them.
with soap.
Yeah, not just water. Water doesn't do it.
Patchouli is not soap.
Oh my God, I'm still thinking about the Jimmies.
All
Oh,
the
God.
the real life Jimmies that we ran into at a theater on our tour. Okay, so we're gonna meet Mr. Tam. Chung has a job, basically driving a cab. He's an Uber driver, and but he has this client, Mr. Tam, who is just a bureaucrat, but has aspirations for being, the mayor one day. Like he's greedy and power hungry, and Mr. Tam has a mistress in town.
And he loves the sneaking around aspect of it. He's like, if people ever found out, the scandal. But I love the I gotta sneak around to go see my lady.
Well, and he said he doesn't want a committed relationship. He doesn't want a relationship, which I'm like, at least he's honest about it, which is more than I can say for a lot of people. At least he's honest about it. But what he's not honest about is who his mistress is.
Ooh.
And I don't know about your, my English dubbing he said, if anyone would find out that I went to this brothel, that my reputation would be basically tarnished. So he was like, oh, well, I'll light this incense and I'll come back when the incense is burned down. And I'm like, I don't know about you, but my incense doesn't last that long. So is he like a one pump chump?
You're like, you get 5 minutes.
They got the good incense.
It's not even enough time to go in there and disrobe.
No, I think it's the good incense. You got the tight packed incense. You know?
It's like the temple incense.
Yes.
Where it lasts for a while. But he goes in there and he's like, all right. And that's when he goes to eat the bean jelly.
He goes to have, Chung goes to have sweet tofu with his buddies, and the shopkeeper at the little tofu stand tells a story about, hey, did you ever hear the story about the guy who was a cab driver just like you, and then one day he got home early and he caught his wife making love, and now he runs a sweet tofu stop. And his wife shows up. She's like, stop telling them that story.
That was so messed up. He straight up busted her out. Because, also, that to me says, this was not the first time you've told this story.
No. That's his favorite story to tell.
Right? And you're just, busting your wife's shit out. It's like, if you forgave her for that, maybe, work through that. And he was just like, I was just telling the story. It's like, girl.
It happened.
This is his version of writing the Lemonade album, basically.
Yes.
Also, his wife was literally right there. He had sent her to go get sugar or whatever. And he's like, don't eat it all. She's like, what if I eat it? And he's like, whatever. And he's like,
care.
He's like, let me tell these guys about what a skank you.
But then, sure enough,
it made Sammo feel some sort of way, and he was like, "Well, let me just go pop by. I've got this."
Make sure my wife is chilling.
He's also still holding the incense.
Of course,
there's his timer.
It's the best way to know. It's like his little timer. Yeah,
right. And he sees some perverts outside his door.
It looks like somebody's in there, and it sounds like somebody's in there doing things with his wife.
Can I say though, from what they look through. And so Sammo Hung looks through, and it's like a leg, and then one hand being like, ooh, oh. I was like, what kind of weirdo stuff is this? He got a foot fetish, Mr. Tam.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely met on field, these two. He busts in, but he makes enough noise that Mr. Tam has time to get away. His wife sort of berates Chung about, why are you so jealous? I'm just sitting here having a nap. Look, there's no one here. But he does find a shoe that does not belong to him.
This old shoe.
I love that she's like, I was just going to return that. And he's like, it's an old shoe. Well, you only buy old shoes.
You only buy old shoes. He's like, it doesn't even fit me. Well, you're an idiot. Get out of here. Also, your incense is almost done. You got to go back to work.
What's so funny is also, I didn't notice until later that he holds onto that shoe in, the back, in his little strap, in his little belt. The whole movie!
It's a plot point at the very end,
I love it. But I'm like, they took him to jail with that shoe, everything. Mm-hmm. They didn't take nothing from him.
It's his Cinderella slipper.
Yeah.
Mr. Tam Gets back to the office, hanging out with his assistant, Mr. Lau. He's like, hey, I was almost busted. I'm pretty sure he knows it was me. And we can't have this info out. And the assistant, Mr. Lau, is like, what if we just, I don't know, we could deal with it. And he's like, no, you got to kill him. And it's got to be a clean job.
Yeah, I think dead.
I think dead.
I think it's got to be dead.
He's like, well,
but it can't be like, like stab him in the forest kind of dead. We got to be sneaky about it.
I do have my friend Master Chen, who does a bit of witchcraft. Uh-oh. Fucking Master Chen.
This fucking guy.
This is like
guy.
1980 Hong Kong Danny McBride. Like, I just fucking love this guy so much.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
Also, trying to figure out what was going on with that wig. Because I'm like, is it like a ball? Okay, I figured okay, this is what I came up with, is that he has like a buzz cut, like a shorter, buzz. And then the rest of the hair is attached to that scalp bit that is like somehow adheres to the top of his head. Because it just lifted up, like it made his head so much bigger. And it was so weird. But, it gave the point.
It gave football helmet.
You know
hair.
what it is it's a combination of your classic monk haircut where it's bald on top and just the hair around.
Right.
That and hockey hair, like mullet. It's a mullet monk.
Yeah.
Is what he's got going on. Monk mullet.
Yeah,
monk it. Well, we're going to meet Master Chen, and Master Chen's like, absolutely, for the right price. Yeah, they're going to pay him a ton of money to do this. But he's got a disciple, Mr. Chen does, named Sui. And Sui is like, hey, our whole sect has like 4 major points. Like, don't be greedy, don't kill, don't insult our God, don't like misbehave in any sort of way. And Master Chen's like, yeah, but we're getting paid. So that's what we're doing.
You're like, we're all adults here.
Wait, mine said that it was his brother.
I think like brother in
like
magic.
Monk brother.
Yes.
Girl,
Yeah.
I was thinking it was his like baby brother.
No, because they it's I think it's very much like we are Taoist wizards. We are a tight group of, hanging out in cemeteries.
Every time he said it, he was like, this is my brother. This is my brother. I gotta love my brother. And I was like, okay, brother. Got it.
Yeah.
Either way, you shouldn't betray your brother.
That's true. Don't betray your principles.
And according to Sui, like all of the work they had been doing to this point was like healing sick children and shit like this. Like they've been doing like good things for people. Chen sends, one of his guys out to round up Chung. And the idea is he's going to challenge Chung to spend the night in a spooky old temple. And if you do it, you get 10 pieces of silver. And he's like, oh, I'm the bravest.
Okay. Not too bad.
Well, he has to convince him. He's like, didn't you always call yourself Bold Chung? Didn't you say you were the bravest around? He's like, I can do it. But Sui steps in as Chung is on his way to the temple. Sui steps in. It's like, yeah, I'm just on my way to collect the corpse of this fat guy that's supposed to die in the temple tonight.
And he was like, that's me.
Me?
He's like, do you think I'm fat? Yeah. The guy's like, yeah.
You can kind of tell that it's like, this is because Sammo Hung directed this.
Right.
That it's like, this is a private joke. This is a like,
absolutely.
People, like he's like, I've heard this my whole goddamn life. I'm not fat. I'm a fucking kung fu master.
Right.
And, you can be fat and kung fu master at the same time. Fat doesn't necessarily have much to do with like how limber you are. And he's chubbier than Sui. Sui's a string bean. Yeah.
He's sturdy. Right. And he can still jump off like a 3-story platform or whatever,
Oh my God. Yeah. I wouldn't want to fight him.
No.
Sui is basically giving him advice to say, listen, nothing's going to happen until 2 a.m. And at 2 a.m., you need to climb up to the roof area. And at 4 a.m., there's going to be a coffin in there, and you need to lie under the coffin. You can do those 2 things, you'll last out the night. Okay, so Master Chen has an altar set up. And the whole concept of the hopping vampire possession thing, or just any of the magic in this movie, you have to have an altar. It's got to be really tall. The taller your altar.
It's got to have a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah.
And Master Chet, it just does these rituals at the altar, and it's just.
Oh my God, that is my fucking
so
favorite. He's the best. Like almost like an auctioneer.
Yes, but
like an unhinged
pure
auctioneer.
gibberish.
And like Priest Sui does it as well, but just not as well as Priest Chen.
No. Well, and he's striking these poses and like, you know, and then it's like, and then like doing certain things like, it seems like very, very ritualistic, but it's hilarious. And the way that he's shaking and stuff, it's so funny. At first I was like, oh, he's just doing this to like fake them out, to be like, he's doing,
okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
oh, he's doing like a fake ritual and like whatever. But no, this is real, and he's a necromancer.
Yeah.
And he necromances the stone.
Yes, he does.
Well, at 2 a.m., Chung climbs up into like the rafters high up in this temple, and the lid comes off of this stone coffin, and there is our corpse. And this is our hopping vampire. And that thing, okay, so the hopping vampire, it's very like costumes of a certain Qing dynasty sort of era, and mouth is sealed shut like a mummy, all gray skin and rotted looking. But the way it moves is arms straight out like typical zombie, maybe stereotypical zombie, and it hops, it bounces around, and it's clear that Master Chen is controlling him, but he can't see him because he's not directly in front.
Right.
The zombie vampire can't like look up. It can only move stiffly.
Right.
It can only just like
It can lean
float
forward.
down, around, right back up.
It has to like turn its body and
also-
turn its head as well, it seems.
The sound effects were sending me. Like every time the vampire hops, it's like doom, 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 doom.
Logically, I'm like, okay, well, I guess if they're like a dead body is moving around, it's can't like articulate the way a person does. So they're like, well, I guess it can hop like that, and because it's stiff or whatever. But I was like, damn, why does it sound like it's made out of stone?
The same reason why there's like wind sounds whenever anyone moves their arms in Kung Fu.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Well, that's it. It's like I really love the punctuation of sound to like let you know what's going on.
It's funny coming off of last week we did Evil Dead 2 and Sam Raimi fully doing a cartoon, like a Looney Tunes, a Tex Avery, whatever sort of cartoon violence and action, and we're getting more of the same. In fact, we even have a moment where a man's hand becomes possessed.
I love that. It's like so unreal that it's like funny.
Yeah. It's so unreal, but you know you're watching a human being perform it.
Right.
And the level of like skill and dedication and like athleticism is like what makes it entertaining, and also the level of commitment from the actor to like their face says one thing, their body's doing another, and you know it's a trick. You know it's a magic trick that you know you're being fooled, but you know the kid in you is like, yay, do it again. Dead hand.
As far as also the whatever actors are inside these dead bodies, because this is the first of a number of dead bodies that he encounters. I'm just thinking about all that shit that's on their face.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be like, they just like packed on, and it doesn't have to be nice. Like, because they're like, it looks like it's rotted or like claymation. It's like packed on.
It's almost
stuff.
like paper mache.
Yes.
Messy paper mache kind of look
That's
to it.
painted gray.
Yeah, definitely not for the claustrophobic. But then you think, and now do some kung fu.
Yep.
Right.
Like, what is your visibility level in there?
Such a good question.
Well, especially with the first one, like there was like no eyes or anything. It was just like, it looked like two lips on its eyes. I didn't like it.
Mummy lip. They call me mummy lips.
Yeah. And he's up there like hugging the pole or whatever. And he's like waiting, and then he starts sweat, girl. When he starts sweating,
know.
Oh my God.
I was like, "Oh no!"
He's got to catch it.
Yeah.
And then his little ponytail, and he's like, "Oh no, I gotta like grab that as well."
Puts it in
And
his teeth.
like bites it to make. And again, it's the same dumb, stupid, hilarious comedy of like the mummy looks one way, and he like manipulates his body to move around the mummy's field of vision.
When the lizard crawls on his arm, he freaks out and he falls backwards. So he's dangling by his legs in the rafters. But every time the mummy or the vampire hops, he's got to like lift his head and lift his head and lift his head.
Yep.
It's so good. He manages to get back down onto the floor and dive under the coffin, as he was told.
Yeah.
But he doesn't quite get his foot back in there, and the vampire catches him. And then they've got full-on fight, but it's late at night, and so the sun is coming up, and that vampire's got to get his ass back in the coffin before sunrise.
Which is interesting that is the thing that crosses over in vampire lore.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, well, they have that too. That's pretty cool. How it's the same there, but it differs so vastly in other ways. But he gets back in the thing, and then Sammo Hung is like, okay.
I mean, he's visibly shaken up.
Absolutely.
You know,
so much so that he agrees to go back, girl.
Yes. And they're like, how about 50? 50?
He gets
okay,
stripped.
deal, no takebacks, bye.
Yeah. And the guy runs off. I'm sorry, you should never trust a guy with who looks like that.
He's like, hey, do you remember me? We used to be drinking buddies. You don't remember me?
No.
Well, I remember you.
If I met anybody on the street who was like, hey, you remember me? I'd be like, get away from me right now.
This sounds like a con.
Right? It's a scam. But maybe they didn't know that back then.
Well, in case you don't know, Symphony, I'm actually a Nigerian prince. I just need you to text me your banking codes. It'd be great if you could help me out with that. Yeah,
absolutely.
You know,
I'm going to get a pop-up from your Google account. You just tell me the 6-digit code on that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
Easy peasy. No problem, guys.
Yeah.
No problem.
So he's got to go back and right back that next night. And so he goes to Priest Sui to ask him what he should do. And Sui says, okay, you got to get 50 chicken eggs. And you got to get a dog leg and dog blood.
You need 4 dog legs and dog blood.
I didn't like that.
No.
I know. And then he's like, here, town abattoir. And he's got this like little dog, and he's like, here you go.
So
I'll be back in
ridiculous.
20 minutes.
And the guy swaps out 10 of his eggs.
I know. He's
for
like,
duck
eggs. They'll never know.
So he's like, they have to be chicken eggs. And yeah, the vendor, he's like, oh, I don't have chicken eggs. But, the last 10, they'll be duck eggs. He'll never know. So the idea is you got to lay on the coffin, and when the lid starts to move, anytime it opens, throw one of those eggs in there. And it works.
What a waste of eggs.
And, well, like Priest Chen is doing, he's like, well, because this is where, listen, animal death.
Chicken.
You do see he's doing chicken
That's
magic.
real.
They really murdered a fucking chicken on screen. So heads up for that.
Okay, first of all, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, they got a real chicken. And I was like, wait a second. I'm like, are they? And he yanks the chicken's neck out. I was like, what?
Yep.
And his assistant is like, Cleaver.
Yep. That was crazy.
Yeah. I was not prepared for that.
I was like, whoa.
And then he like takes the chicken blood and like kind of like spits it all over the altar.
Well, the throwing the eggs into the coffin is working. And because every time he will crack an egg and throw a chicken egg into the coffin, Master Chin at his altar would get like blasted back. Well, then late into the night, he starts running into those duck eggs, and it's not working. So now we're going to have a full-on kung fu battle again with this hopping vamp.
Okay. Like, this to me is like one of the best, like fights. Like, not the best, but like one of the best fights. I mean, it's pretty short, but I love it. Because you do get this, like, it's this robotic, like the hopping vampire is so kind of robotic. And it's and kind of you get the feeling it's unstoppable force. So you're just watching like Bolchung dodge in every way imaginable.
It was giving me the same vibe as, you know, when you see like a training montage of like a kung fu master and they have that wood thing that has all the little arms and they are working on like their blocking and all that stuff. It was giving me that, and I just really enjoyed it. It was fun to watch. I mean, all the fight choreography throughout this is really great. But that one, I was like, oh, cool. We actually get to see him fighting the thing versus just like running away from it or whatever.
Yeah. And like he gets a few punches in, but you realize punching a corpse does absolutely no effect.
Right.
You know, so it is like a masterful in like dodging and blocking.
I do love this idea of the reluctant hero, the way in which he constantly maintains like a look of fear on his face while fighting, even though he's amazing at it. So there is this funny separation between when he's actually fighting, like we see this and we're like, oh, he's really good at this. It's the only lie he's told us that he's like brave, because he always looks chicken shit everything he does. And
I think like even, is it Master Tam? Or like when he's like, we need a plot to kill him, they're like, oh, but you know, Bold Chung's kung fu is really strong. So everybody kind of knows that he's got skills. He's just kind of a braggart, you know?
He finally throws that bowl of
dog blood,
dog junk on him.
And it launches Priest Chen fully across the courtyard and into the roof.
Traction, basically.
And into traction.
I was like, damn, they wrapped him up good real quick.
Yeah.
Well, when Chung gets back to town, that little weasel guy doesn't even pay him his silver pieces. Piece of shit. And Chung gets back to his house, and there's a scene there, and his whole apartment is ransacked, and there's blood on the wall, and his wife is gone, and the inspector shows up and is like, I see you're trying to escape for murdering your wife, and you've destroyed the evidence. Because that's the thing. He's like, wait, you don't even have a body. How did I murder her? He's like, well, you destroyed the...
Well, you clearly must have carried the body out the window.
We have a witness, and it's Uncle Falk, who runs the sweet tofu stand. His wife shows up, and he's like, oh, I saw them having an argument. And he was holding a knife at the time.
They fight all the time. And it's even, like, if you notice it, there's like the two peeping Toms.
Yeah.
Who saw that Chung walked up, the place was ransacked, and he sends them on their way, and then they're pulled in as witnesses. You're like, oh, these people were paid off.
No, absolutely. They were, like, it's a conspiracy to get him. Like, they all have been, like, compromised to the point where they, whatever. Also, they made that guy, the bean curd guy, he was all messed up.
He had a stroke.
Like, I don't know, was he having a stroke?
He had a stroke.
They're like, he's your only witness. But he just had a stroke this morning. So he can't talk. But he can write. Here, did Bold Chung kill his wife? And he's like shakily drawing the sign. And then it kind of gets to the point where a no becomes a yes. And he's like, look, he said yes. Oh no.
Yes, online shopping is quite literally at our fingertips, but that doesn't mean it's always simple to buy. Whether it's trying to remember one of a million different logins so you can actually place your order, or getting almost all the way through checkout before realizing your card is nowhere near you, there are many hiccups that can get between you and placing that order. Which is why it's such a relief when you see that purple pay button that has all of your information saved, making checkout as simple as a tap of your screen. That iconic purple Shop Pay button is why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet, meaning less carts going abandoned and more sales going to you. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Thrive Cosmetics, Gymshark, and Allbirds, to brands just getting started. And they're not just great at converting sales. If people haven't heard about your brand yet, Shopify can help you find your customers with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. And they have world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. Tackle all of those important tasks from one place, making your life easier and your business operations smoother. See less carts go abandoned and more sales go with Shopify and their Shop Pay button. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm.
Introducing Shark Facial Pro Glow, a first-of-its-kind at-home facial. Pro-level extraction removes impurities, and dual-temperature technology boosts radiance and deep puffs with both Insta-Heat and Insta-Chill technology. Treat yourself to a hydro-fueled glow in minutes. And because Shark Facial Pro Glow fits in the palm of your hand, you can get that luminous post-spa glow anywhere. Visit sharkbeauty.com to learn more.
Okay, so they throw his ass in jail, and Mr. Tam and Mr. Lau show up, and they're like, hey, we're doing everything we can to help you out. Here, we bought you this nice big meal, knowing full well that this guy's going to get executed in the morning. That's quick.
Yeah.
It did look good, though.
I know that duck.
That duck looked so tasty.
Would you say it was a sumptuous Chinese meal?
Chinese meal?
A succulent Chinese meal?
Succulent Chinese meal. Don't touch my penis. Unhand me.
What is the charge?
I was like, that looked good, and he shared his meal with the other prisoners who were starving. And
I also love his he's like, okay, if I eat the food really fast, I'll give myself a tummy ache, and they might let me out.
Which doesn't work. But what does work is he starts throwing plates at them, and they're like, all right, we might as well just go in there and kick his ass now. But I love this. The two guards go in, and he whips their ass with kung fu, all the while screaming, no, you're hurting me. No, ow, ow.
Ow, no, oh, my arm.
So that none of the other guards
please
come in.
stop beating me.
Yeah.
See?
And then he takes their weapon and goes out and knocks out the other two guards and runs away. And then he escapes out the door and runs out into the night, into a forest.
Yeah.
It went into a forest, but then he ends up in another temple. This one is filled with coffins. But luckily, Priest Sui is there, and he's like, "We gotta hide."
No, this is before that.
Oh, that's right. Oh no. Oh yeah. No, he's just like camping out in a cemetery.
And he ends up falling. He breaks a coffin.
This sequence,
and he falls asleep next to this corpse.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
With all the maggots on it.
Ugh.
Maggots, mice. I like the mice. He's like, get out.
The mice were kind of cute.
Yeah.
But by touching the corpse, he somehow reanimates it, or it does what he does. You know,
it's like
that's not how necromancy works.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure not in my necromancy practice.
No, you don't know. You're not just holding hands with the corpse. You're okay.
I've been working on it. No.
If I do this for 2 to 3 hours every day.
There are a lot of variations on how Jiangshi work. Like, how do Jiangshi work?
Yeah.
I don't know that specifically it can be, bodily transferred in this way, but there are a lot of really cool ways in which they represent themselves. Because one way is they are man-eating, right? Like sort of like European vampire, right? But they don't suck blood, but they may. But there's also an energy transfer. They also are literally energy vampires, where they drain the energy out of people and things, which I found really, really fascinating. But yeah, this thing is copying his every move, and so the fear is gone. He's like, oh, well then you're cool. You're just gonna mimic me.
He literally does the YMCA.
Dude.
He's like, oh, okay. The thing where he takes the brick and he's like, and then throws it behind his head, and the mummy zombie vampire's like, brick, and then smashes his head. I'm like, this is so dumb. I love it.
Yeah. I like when they got up and peed together.
Yes.
I know, right? But the corpse can't pee, so it's just striking a pose.
Yeah. I was hoping dust or something would come out, but a girl can dream.
But what happens is that as they go back to sleep, there's a black cat, a Kuroneko, if you will, leaps over them and zaps that body, and it is now an evil hopping vampire.
Yep.
The way I was like, wow, why are you making a cat. I'm like, oh, so the cat.
Cat
did
transfer. It's like,
where did this cat come from? Why is he doing this? He's just like sees corpses and is like, yeah, let me just
zap.
make this one crazy.
And I love that it's the immediate like, oh, gotta run.
Yep.
But the inspector and his 4 henchmen are on their way to collect Chung, and I love it. They like see him coming, and Matt, the inspector's like, hand me my swords, and the others are like, he looks like he's being chased by a mummy zombie vampire. Ghost.
This fucking inspector, this fucking creep ass. He's so corrupt and so stupid. But yeah, like he has. As they're running right at him, Chung just veers off right at the last second, and this zombie vampire impales itself on the inspector's 2 swords, and the inspector's like, that criminal is still on the loose. I'm like, but you got like a vampire on your sword.
Yeah, who's now sitting on top of you.
Yeah. You're like technically trapped under this thing.
Burn it.
This is where he finds Sui.
Yes. Yeah.
In Sui's temple.
Who's just smoking a bong?
He's smoking a bong.
It's like a bamboo bong, girl. I was like, yes. I was like, damn.
I love it when the inspector comes in and is like, did you see a gentleman come in here tonight? And he's like, sure did. And he's like, where, when? Right now. It just indicates you.
I'm like, oh man, this fucking guy.
Oh, no, when the guy comes in first and he's like, is anyone here? And he was like, I am. Can't you see me?
You're like, do you not see me sitting right here?
I like that because he's so sassy.
He's my favorite. Priest Sui's the best.
He's so good. And I like that when he has him go in the coffin, Semo is just like, I don't know, like I've had a lot of issues with coffins and stuff lately, and bodies. And he's like, oh no, this one's all ash. I'm like, I don't want to lay on ashes either.
Yeah, the inspector goes to investigate that, look in that coffin, but Sui kind of gives him the little pose. That corpse is real stinky. They get foul, so
it's
gross,
rotting,
scary looking. And so when the inspector opens the coffin, he leans in, but with his eyes closed. And he's like, yeah, you're right. It's so stinky. That corpse is so gross. Yeah, no, he's not in there.
It's the sort of like, it kind of reminds me of like Commedia dell'arte logic of like the braggart police inspector who has to appear so strong in front of all of his men. But when he actually has to do it himself, he's like, I don't want to. And even Priest Sui's like, oh, wait, huh? How did you? Oh, you know what? Hey, oh no, oh goodbye.
Okay, so Sui says, I want to make you my assistant. You're going to be my disciple. We got to get you into some training. I got to do a ritual, get you all prepared. We're going to put talismans all over you, sacred text.
Well, not yet. No.
You're right.
They're just sort of out wandering the village. They're out like doing. It kind of looks like they're doing good deeds for making some extra money. And they're like, hey, it's been a while since you've eaten. Let's go eat some ribs and rice. But Priest Chen has followed them, and he's like, well, yeah.
And he possesses.
That's with the hand,
he possesses Chung's hand, which starts a food fight, which then starts an actual fight.
Yes.
This is my favorite scene.
It's so great, where he's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's not me. I'm so sorry.
I just love when I think we mentioned this earlier, but I love this sort of physical comedy where someone can't control like their own body part. And so they're not only fighting, but they're fighting themselves. And like he keeps trying to like put the hand down and like do all this sort. Anytime he tries to eat and like his hand slaps the food out of the way or tosses the rice or whatever. And he's like apologizing to the people he's beating the crap out of. It's great. It's
so
a
funny.
Great scene. And he fucks that whole place up.
Oh, yeah. Like to every single person online that I see that puts a like 60-second video of like Thanos punching a Terminator made by AI, I'm just going to start replying with this scene. Just be like, yeah, try this. Try this instead.
I love it so much. I love the solo stuff that it begins with too, because it's him attacking himself to start with. It's so great. Yeah, I was lauding Bruce Campbell for like flipping himself over by the hair last week. He does it here.
But then
it's
you're
so
like,
great. Or a variation on that.
This is like next level. And they're going through tables and chairs. He's like underneath shit trying to hide. Oh, God, it's so good.
Well, and where he does the, like, he picks up the little benches or like the chairs and stuff, that is also in Drunken Master. And stuff. And like, it's so awesome when they use the chair to like push people away or like swing around and like knock people down or whatever. I'm obsessed. I love when people can use whatever is in their environment to, you know, because it's like to be able to adapt to different weapons. It's basically like writing with a different implement or using some sort of other artistic whatever. Not everybody knows how to use swords or nunchucks or sais or whatever. And the fact that he can use basically anything at his disposal.
Like, here's a bowl.
Yes.
Have at it, you know?
Yes. To knock heads, I'm here for it.
I love it.
I'm here for it. So it was a fun romp.
I was gonna say, like, talking about, like, you know, the movie you saw last night, the trope of attack one at a time. This is the opposite of that. This is 4 on 1.
Yeah.
This is like 4 people are like swinging and kicking, and it's this very meticulously choreographed dodge of like a 5-way fight.
You know what I think about when I was watching these fights, like the rapid fireness, but also the rhythm of it. This is going to sound weird, but I think of people who do Rubik's Cube solving. Like, some of it is the sound, just like the ratcheting sound and the flip sound, but there's something, I don't know why I find it so oddly satisfying to watch somebody like speed solve a Rubik's Cube, because there's and I think it's the precision of turning it 90 degrees, flip, 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 flip. And there's a rhythm, a music to it that these fights have as well.
It's also the specificity of like if you're 2 inches off, you get punched in the face.
Yeah.
So it's like doing a repetitive motion, like a small motion, like a Rubik's Cube, flip, turn, flip, turn, flip, turn, flip, turn, to be able to do it that fast versus people that have trained half their fucking lives.
Yeah.
To be able to do these moves. They're like, no, it's not here. It's here. And the difference is like 2 inches off. That is like repetition.
And something that you'll see like in later movies, like they'll do like basically like a bloopers reel at the end where they show where those things don't work out. Like, so not necessarily this movie, but other ones that I've seen. And I'm like, damn, they can get really, and they do all those stunts. And we'll talk about it when they get to the part with the scissor lift, the higher altars.
Yes.
But
whose altars
there's some
taller.
crazy stuff that happens there too that I'm like, somebody probably or could have gotten very hurt.
Oh, like when the altar is on fire and falls,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And you see Sammo Hung like
down there,
like
jump out of the fireway,
literally jump out of the way of like a fiery desk that's coming at him. Not fake.
Like, it looks like he got kind of hit by it a little bit. I was like, damn, it was crazy. That is the difference. These people were putting their bodies like fully on the line, and they're getting like, it's not just like, you know, fake punches where they're like flipping themselves all around when they have to do the turns.
Yeah, it's like haymaker, like the most boring of fight choreography.
Well, this whole food fight set piece dance number is the best because it comes to a great button because they've used these little stools all throughout, and once he gets back control of his body, the inspector shows up. So not only has he fought everyone in this restaurant under the control of Master Chen, Sui subdues Master Chen, makes him go away, but now the inspector has shown up, seen Chung beat up all these people in a restaurant. So his men come, and then we've got this whole fight sequence, and then we have the stools, and at the end he's defeated all of his men, and he puts the stool down, and he sits down to rest, and it breaks. And I love that after all of the beating the stool is taken, it's just him sitting on it, and it collapses. It's just so perfect. Like, it's a Broadway musical number. Like, it is the ultimate of, like, jazz hands at the end of a piece. It's the best.
Yeah. I also, listen, I don't sleep on the fight between Priest Sui and Priest Chen as well.
So
with their, like,
good.
sort of wooden swords, and, like, Priest Chen has got the, like... So he's, like, fighting with a sword and also with, like, kind of like an evil eye. That he can, like, bzz, like, zap Priest Sui. I love it.
Fucking love it. This was like the best
He
stretch.
bites his fingers, right?
Yeah. He's like, oops, negate it.
Oh my God.
He's like, I was like, bite it off.
But then he eventually, he, like, subdues Priest Chen. He's like, you promise? Get the fuck out of here. Stop being a menace. Spanks him on the butt and sends him on his way.
But Chen is not to be stopped. He's gonna keep at it, and this is where Sui, who's already taken Chung under his wing to be like, you'll be my disciple. Now I've got to go. I got to put these talismans on you. I got to put the sacred text all over your body to protect you.
Well, because he's like, look, somebody knows your birthday. They're coming for you specifically. Who knows your? He's like, just Master Tam and my wife. And they're like, well,
There it is.
Son, I think we figured out the mystery here, but I won't be around to protect you all the time. So get ready. Here we go. Wizard. You're a wizard, Harry.
If somebody wanted to paint your nude body with talismans and stuff, would you be down for that?
That sounds fine. Yeah.
Sounds kind of fun.
I feel like I'm so ticklish though. I'd be like,
Sure.
like because I have been body painted before, and it is cold.
Yeah.
Like, because imagine like what it feels like to have a wet brush like brushing over your body, and it's very tickly.
Yeah, I bet. I also love when Priest Sui's like, hey, I'm going to have to teach you the ways of the Taoist wizard. Mm-hmm. You might not be able to have children afterwards. He's like, wait, what?
That's the least of your issues at this point.
Well, the talismans are working because we're watching Master Chen with his little effigy, and he's poking it with a pin.
He's like, poke. How did they do this?
I don't know. So we just see close-ups of Chung's body and, like, indentations being made on the body, like he's being stabbed, but it can't penetrate the skin.
My only guess is that it's a fake body, like it's a latex body that they've made, that they're like sucking it in from the other side, like with a vacuum cleaner, kind of from the. That's the only thing I could think of. But no, I think they even do it. They show his, because he's like, Priest Chen is like, zzz, like to his head, and you see like it's trying to like bore into it. I was like, and I think they actually see the actor's whole face.
I don't know how they did it.
How did they do it?
Movie magic. Well, we also learn when we cut over to where this altar is with Master Chen, he is there with Mr. Tam, and Chung's wife has made an appearance there too.
Oh, yeah. She's like, I'm tired of sitting in the room.
And he's tired of her ass too.
I want to see how you're going to kill my husband. Come on. And they're like, okay. Sure, sit over there. You've earned it.
Well, now we're going to have they're going to send the vampires to go get them.
Yes.
So Chen sends...
These are kind of like demons? Floaty. These are floaty vampires. These are more like demony ghosts.
Yeah.
Which I kind of love this. The like when you're seeing the three of them like kind of like, you know, like float in, and like the lighting turns all green and like spooky. Yeah. And it's like, you know, they all have their swords and they're, you know, kind of like hanging from wires. I'm like, ooh, yeah. Yeah, let's do this.
There's also a magic bib, or like a, what do they call it? I wrote down bib, but they call it something else. But there's Chung is wearing essentially just kind of like a slip around his chest that is written in lettering 2 that is there to like double protection. It's like a vampire-proof vest sort of thing.
It's a magic girdle.
But that's not the one that his wife was wearing at the beginning.
No. Like,
That's
Priest
later.
Sui, Priest Sui has it on, and he's like, I wear this all the time to make sure nobody curses me, but you need this more than I do.
They're after you.
And it does. It protects him from direct magic from Master Tam. But Master Tam kind of sees it, and he's like, "Oh, okay, we got to cut that off of you."
Well, he's when these vampires arrive, one of the things they've got is that mirror style. What is that? What is that style? I've seen these before. That pattern, like it's a hex octagonal.
Yeah, it's like the Taoist. Yeah.
But yeah, he uses those mirrors to redirect the energy from the vampires back at them. So it's like green laser right back at them.
Bling, bling.
I was like, damn, they got lasers.
Yep.
It was giving the same thing as what was that movie with snakes? What's the lady with the snakes in her head?
Oh,
Medusa.
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. Thank you.
Yeah.
Clash of the Titans, and he uses like the mirror to like reflect the power back. So it was giving that same vibe.
Yep.
And then we've got so they defeat these vampires, but they do learn by Sui essentially taking the demons out of the vampire, zapping it briefly into Chung to hear Master Chen. Basically, that's him intercepting this radio. Like, where are you? Longevity in. All right, well, altar showdown.
Listen, I love a wizard fight.
Absolutely.
I loved the moment when he's like, oh no, he's using the Five Thunders palm. And you see him like drawing a little thing on his hand. Is like, zap, zap. It's really great. It's so silly.
I mean, all of it is so silly that they're like, let's make the tallest scissor lift tower
That's
that we
like
can.
like a Jack in the Box. He's like, Chung is like winding up. He's like, whose altar's tall now, bitch?
And they've got their little dolls and their little things that they're like, okay, well, this is going to represent this kind of style.
You're like, oh, monkey god kung fu shit versus drunken god kung fu. Here we go. Avatar fight. And again, you're like, I love that the assistant, like we get to see like another person, and also we get Master Tam in there as well for quite a bit. So like the people that have not done any fighting in the movie, you're like, oh, every person in this movie is like super skilled.
Yeah.
And also you get to see Sammo Hung not only do a fight, but use a completely different style and character. And he's like, monkey.
Yeah, when he's like,
like, come on, like it's clown work.
Yeah,
at the highest level.
It's like my kung fu is better than yours.
And like nobody says that. Prove it.
And then again, like different types of weaponry and stuff. Like when he has the long stick with the little fuzzy on the end, like the little red fuzzy, and then Master Tam has the sword with the little fuzzy on the end.
Yeah, it's like the sword. Well, first it's like monkey style versus the ring, which is
the ring thing. That was crazy. I hadn't seen that before.
So fucking cool. But he, monkey style is like kind of knocks his ass out.
Yeah.
And then, what is it? Priest Chen sees Chung has got that bib on. He's like, oh, fuck, we got to cut that off of him. So he puts another spirit into Master Tam, but gives him a sword. Mm-hmm. So Priest Sui is like, okay, this is so silly. Like, at least like I endow you with the God of War. And the God of War is like a 6-year-old?
Yeah, I don't understand his personality at this point, because I understand when he was imbued with the monkey god.
Maybe it's a lady. I don't know.
The monkey god was really bratty. The monkey god was very monkey-ish and clowny. But this one was, this one was like a little kid, so I don't know my God of War.
It was like a baby or something. I don't know what was that about.
But now we have like sword versus spear, which is a pretty epic fight as well.
Yeah.
There's when he gets the bib torn off of him, now he's no longer in control. He's no longer a drone of the gods controlled by Sui up in the altar. He is himself, and so for a brief moment, he's got to fight this evil god that Mr. Tam inhabits. But it's Sui says, "Wait, you still have that shoe? I can see it now. Now that your shirt's torn off, I can see it in your back belt.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, throw me the shoe. He throws him his own shoe to start. He's like, no, the shoe you
Not
got.
that shoe.
And he does, and so he stabs the shoe, and it causes pain in Mr. Tam's foot, and his foot starts bleeding, and that knocks him back to reality. The spell is broken. And then fucking Chung just stabs him to death.
Like through the chest.
I want to know the police report for this this closing scene. It kind of doesn't matter because we already set up how the inspector works, but yeah.
Yeah, like, I think this is kind of the, like, everything is corrupt, so you got to just, like, take out the entire town system here, and then just walk away into the sunset.
And then Chen and Sui are like fighting from their towers.
Flamethrower.
And like, and he does a flame, and he rips it. Sui rips his shirt open and bares his like chest or whatever. And then and it repels.
He gets burnt.
Right, it gets burnt, but he's able to
he absorbs it.
Right, he's able to absorb it. But then he does the same thing back to Chen. But Chen can't get all that shit off fast enough.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And so he gets burnt up.
Yep.
Like, that was kind of fucked up, actually. I was like, damn. I was like, oh, because he fully dies right there, right?
Yeah. Like, takes that's what, 3 stories? I would say at least.
Because it's up above the
3
thing.
stories. Mm-hmm. Full fall onto the ground, which is, probably like there's like they have like a padding made to look like ground, but
you can see that the ground's been dug up there, so there's probably something under there, but still it didn't look that soft. Like the way I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that you busted your shit
while on fire.
Yeah.
While on fire.
And that's when Sammo gets blown out of the way. Like, almost gets hit.
Yeah, Sui falls down, and Chung can't get to him. He can't save him in time.
He does the, like, I'll catch you, and then he falls right next to him. He's like, oh, master. Oh, man.
And he's all burnt. He's like,
his priest is like, you idiot, and then dies. Like, it's so, okay, yes.
Listen, this is one of the wildest final beats of a movie I've ever seen. Because his wife shows up, and she, like, pretends to have been crying. Wets her eyes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
he
captured me, and he was going to try and have his way with me. And, I'm so glad you're here. He's like, I know. You liar. Punch, punch, punch. Yeet.
Throws her in the air.
Still frame credits.
Still frame.
Good.
I would love to see the
way he punched her up.
I know. Bam, bam.
I was like, what? I was crying.
I would love to go back and like have that same thing of like punch, punch, throw in the air. And then it's just like the end credits of Full House. Everywhere you look, everywhere you
And he's like, thumbs up.
Yeah. Mentos, the fresh maker.
It really was a Mentos commercial. Because he doesn't like punch her in the face. He like grabs her shoulder and punches her like 4 times in the gut. Like it's a bar fight.
Yes. And she does the like super like stylized jump back.
Oh my god.
And then the way he eats her.
And she is in mid-flight when that still frame hits.
Mid-air.
Yes.
The end.
She's like spread eagle. Like the scream I scrumped was I was like, what the fuck? It was also like 10 o'clock at night. I was like, what the hell did I just watch?
It was so sudden. I was not expecting that.
Oh my god.
Shall we rate this movie?
Yes.
All right. Listen, How Approachable is Encounters of the Spooky Kind if you are horror film averse on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being not at all approachable, 10 being very approachable. I mean, like, listen, you guys, this is like an 8 out of 10 peeled apples. It's got some blood in it, but it's like, it's so goofy. It's so fun. It's almost a perfect 10, really. I do think with
that blood is tempera paint.
Yes, the blood is tempera paint. I will say that beyond just the content warning of they kill a fucking chicken real life in this.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But there's also a little bit of like, there's some gross gore. Like he stomps Mr. Lau or no, not Mr. Lau, one of the other assistant guys. He stomps him so hard in the stomach that he upchucks, and it's so gross.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when he stabs the ghost's hand in the opening sequence, like he goes full like he cuts the hand off and then stabs it with a knife.
Oh, yeah.
And like all of the fizzy gloopy goo coming out of it, like there's just something kind of gross about it. It's not realistic, but it's grody, and all the maggots crawling on him, and it's gross. So like
the mice and
that's
stuff.
the only reason I give it an 8, because it's got I had made myself like a little cheese board, and I was watching this last night being like, oh, I do not like this cheese anymore. So that's what I'd have to say. 8 out of 10 for approachability. Speaking nothing of approachability, Cecil, how would you rate this movie as a horror film?
Ooh, in the realm of horror films. I mean, you know what I love this movie is that it is, like I said, it's like fairy tale ghost stories that are kind of strung together. It's very simple. It honors like spooky old stories from like a bygone era. But then you layer on top all the kung fu and you're like, this is great. So is it dumb? Yes. Is it also kind of masterful? Yes. Is it scary? No. So for that reason, I would say like 8.5 silken tofu cups.
Symphony, how was your Chinese hopping vampire experience?
Well, as a vampire movie lover, I would say that these vampires are very different from the vampires that we are normally used to experiencing, but still entertaining, to say the least. So I would probably give this 7.5 hopping vampires, because is it very vampire-y? Is it like what we're used to? No. But is it fun? And is it like a weird, interesting, different experience with vampires? Yeah. So I think it's worth a watch for sure. And if you like Kung Fu, it's an even more fun romp.
I agree. As just a footnote to this, one of the things I learned about in reading up on the Jiangxi, the hopping vampire lore, is one of the reasons that the hopping part of the vampire came about, which has been around forever as a part of the lore, is it goes back to like ancient corpse drivers. So like a lot of times when you would have like some of the, during wars, during famines, during whatever, but it's particularly during wars when you'd have corpses or people who traveled for work, there were people who would transport your corpse back to your hometown to be buried. And they would do it in the middle of the night, but they would basically stack these corpses. They would basically tie the corpse to a pole, put it on the back of their like cart, and then cart it. And it had the vision of like bodies like hopping down the road.
They hit the bumps in the road.
So like the idea of like the corpse of the vampire, the zombie look of the the mummy look of the vampire,
kind of like
comes
a Jack in the
from
Box
seeing
sort of look.
Hundreds of years of people, just maybe not hundreds, but however long of people seeing dead bodies pretty frequently just out in the open all the time.
Wow.
So that decay added to the corpse driving created like the hopping vampire idea. And then, of course, obviously...
So like, is it alive?
Lore.
Is it dead? Is it undead?
That's so
And then
interesting.
Sammo Hung basically taking that and being like, wouldn't it be fun if they did Kung Fu?
Yes. Like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
The answer is yes. Well, let's figure out what movie we shall watch next, Cecil. You've got a scare die. I have a style die. We'll roll those up, see what movie matches. On your scare die, if you roll a 1, our next movie scare is Clowns and or Dolls. 2, Evil Kids. 3, a conspiracy. 4, a wild card, whatever scare we want. 5, something with 4 or more legs. 6, Alien. What is our scare, Cecil?
That's a 4.
Wildcard made it 27 weeks on this list.
Yeah, it has,
Wow.
it has been on there for a while.
All right, so we're going to match up your wild card with the style that I roll. So we'll get whatever movie we want in one of the following styles. If I roll a 1, it's got to be a foreign language film. 2, it's got to have a title 5 or more words long. 3, it's got to be from the decade of the 2000s. 4, it's got to be a period piece. 5, a bottle movie. Or 6, something by or featuring a horror icon. All right, let's see what we got here. I rolled a 1, a foreign language wild card.
Ooh.
We've had quite a run of foreign language films lately.
Let's get ready for it. Listen, we've watched 2 super dumb fun movies. Let's watch something classy.
Let us watch something classy. Cecil, why don't you say your 3? I'll say my 3, and then what we'll do is we'll roll them up. But also, as an extra wild card to the wild card, since we have a Symphony Sanders with us, Symphony, be thinking about if there is a foreign language horror film that we're missing out on. But Cecil, what did you write down?
Maybe like swap out. This is one that's come up quite a bit. That is also in the like, is it a vampire? Is it a ghost? Is it a witch? And that is V. Or I'm pretty sure that's you saw it. Vi?
I think it's V.
V?
But
Vi? It's Russian. And it's, again, very similar setup of like man has to spend the night in a haunted cemetery kind of situation and a witch and makes the corpse come to life. But it's, again, it's like this movie just looks so stylish. Lots of really interesting lights and makeup, and I don't know, it's the Russian take on vampire.
Yeah.
I put on there A Tale of Two Sisters from Korea, which is honestly one of the most beautiful ghost movies I've ever seen. Like, it is very intimate. It's the scripting is amazing. The direction is amazing. They did an American remake that was pretty darn good, but this is the original. And then finally, I put on there Hour of the Wolf, which is an Ingmar Bergman about, I think he's like an artist who is kind of like, I'm going to retreat to this small island with my wife because he's having, midlife crisis artistic difficulties. And let's just say his next door neighbors are not what they appear to be.
Interesting. All right, I have 3 on here. I have a 2017, I believe, Estonian film called November, which has come up quite a bit in our lists. This is a black and white contemporary folk horror film.
Yeah.
I finally just went and watched it the other day, and I think it's brilliant. I'm really excited to talk about it for the show, if not here, someday. But yeah, I think this is just classic folk horror at its finest. It's funny. It's in a very dry sort of way. It's comically absurd, but it does have a little bit of that, like, Northern European sense of smartness and comedy. It makes me think, if anyone has read the novels of Olga Tokarczuk, the Polish writer, there's sort of like a variation of magical realism that happens in this folk horror of Northern Europe, and it's great. Second one is another European film called The Vordelak.
This is French, right?
This is a French film. It is about wandering nobility in the woods, running across a band of people that he is that kind of are helping him a little bit, but they also there's a vampire in the family.
Do they have thirsts? Do they have desires, needs?
Well,
a very
one
specific
particular
diet?
member of the family does, and it is a vampire, and it is played by a puppet. And that sounds absurd, but it is, but it's a beautifully scary puppet. It is. There's very little Elmo to this thing.
Okay.
And then 3, I have a Mexican film called Huesera, the Bone Woman.
Oh, yeah. This one's come up quite a bit as well.
Very excited to talk about this one as well. I think it's a beautifully done, super thoughtful, scary sort of feature. I think the way that they do the demon possession and the witchery in this movie is smart, clever, and it's got some good, solid scares to it.
Ooh, nice.
So
nice.
Those are the 3 that I put on there. Symphony, what would be your wild card foreign language horror film if you had to do one?
Train to Busan is a one.
Ooh, that's
We did
a
do
good
that one for
Did you do that
Patreon,
one
I believe,
already?
very
For Patreon.
early.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one's.
I mean, there is the animated, was it Seoul Station, which is the animated prequel to it? Prequel, sequel? One of the two.
Sure.
Yeah. There's a couple other ones. There's like, I'm not. There's like a zombie one that I can't remember. There's I feel it's like kind of Swedish sort of. There's one called Faust. That's like kind of like a guy. It's like from the 90s, I want to say, and it's like a guy meets like Mephistopheles or unwittingly.
Yeah.
Like,
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
yeah.
Do you mean?
and I'm
Did you
trying-
say Fauci?
Oh, yes, the Fauci
Yes.
film.
Fauci. Okay,
Fauci.
great.
Yeah.
No, Faust, 1994.
Faust. Yes.
Another creepy puppet. Another creepy puppet movie. Oh, this is Jan Svankmajer, the king of creepy puppets.
Oh my God, yes.
Eastern European creepy puppets.
I know how much you like puppets.
I love puppets.
I love how that we've now, like, I love foreign film equals puppet to us.
Yep.
We're like, creepy puppet theater.
And then, of course, I think of like movies like Ringu and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like you
Okay.
guys have seen that stuff.
We have.
Yeah.
That French one where they're dancing, and it's like that murder one. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of it?
French murder dance. Oh, you're thinking of Climax.
Yes, Climax.
Oh
That's,
yeah.
Oh, that is
That
kind of
one's
fucked
fucked.
up. Ooh,
That one's a fucked
do
up
I want to
movie.
change? That one's intense.
Any you want to change?
Oh God, that's hard.
I mean, it's worth watching the preview, but it's like messed up. They all
It's-
take a bunch of drugs and
It's one of those movies that like it's like an amazing movie I never want to watch again.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
will if I must, but it's not one that you watch.
once
you're
was
like,
enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's pretty dope, and it's
I was
Good
like,
choice.
I know there's some other
French
one.
murder dancing.
French murder dance.
I'm taking a class in French murder dancing at the community college.
That's actually what my minor was in college.
Oh yeah,
So
Murder
on
dancing.
guard.
French murder dancing, actually.
Yeah.
Classical.
Un deux trois, un deux trois.
All right. Well, if there's no changes to our list, we'll roll these up.
Listen, I love Climax, but I'm like, oh,
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
You go ahead, but
All right. So I have my marker here is that it is my turn to roll.
oh, well done. We're implementing a system so we can now.
Got
We're
my
like,
little
you,
arrow.
me?
I don't know how accurate it'll be. It's just a little magnet that I have right here next to my desk. It's kind of like the clean, not clean magnet on your dishwasher.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, are
Yeah.
we keeping up with this? Does this help? Okay, so if I roll a 1, our next movie is V. 2, A Tale of Two Sisters. 3, Hour of the Wolf. 4, November. 5, Le Vordelok. Or 6, Wesera the Bone Woman. Here we go. I got a 4. We're going to watch a November, Cecil.
Ooh,
We're going to watch
right.
some Estonians
Folk
be
horror.
weird as shit.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
I've not seen any of your recommendations, so I'm very excited for this.
I've seen A Tale of Two Sisters. I haven't seen V or Hour of the Wolf yet. I do need to watch some Bergman, though. Oh, yeah, we're going to learn about Kratz and devils, and it's going to be very exciting. I'm so excited to watch this movie. For the show, listen, thank you all for listening. Thank you, Cecil, for talking with me. And thank you, Symphony Sanders, for coming on with your vampire expertise. Symphony, where can people find you in this world?
Oh, well, you can find me on the internet on Instagram or TikTok or Blue Sky or any of those at Symphony Sanders. You can listen to my other podcasts that I tend to be on. Good Morning Night Vale and occasionally Welcome to Night Vale. But, just yell into the internet tubes and I'll come a-running.
What's your home address?
Shut up.
If y'all have thoughts on encounters of the spooky kind or ideas for other movies that would have been your wild card foreign language horror pick, let us know. We're at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, and on Patreon. And on Patreon, we have public discussion threads for every episode. You don't got to be a paying member to participate in those. So watch November 2017 with us this week, and come on back next Tuesday for a new episode. Have a restful night with no infidels interrupting your sweet tofu lunch or nothing. Boo. Boo. Random Number Generator Horror Podcast number 9 is hosted by me, Jeffrey Craner, and Cecil Baldwin. Find more of our work on the podcast Welcome to Night Vale. This show is produced by Night Vale Presents. It is edited by me with music by Cecil and logo by David Baldwin. See original artwork for each episode by David on Instagram. Join us for live streams on Patreon. Watch our recording sessions on YouTube. Chat with us on Blue Sky and contribute to our movie selection process on Letterboxd. We're in all of those places at Random Horror 9. Thank you to our special guest this week, Symphony Sanders. You can find more of Symphony on the podcast Good Morning Night Vale. And now, today's scary story. You repeat Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror. A bloodied corpse appears and screams. It's fucking 3 in the morning. What the fuck are you doing?
The UPS Store is making packing and shipping Easter gifts quicker than ever this year with UPS Air. How quick? Quicker than a walk around the park. Quicker than eating all the Easter candies. Quicker than finding a golden egg that you know is stuffed with cash. When you ship UPS Air at the UPS Store, your items arrive on time or your money back. Guaranteed at no extra cost. Exclusively at the UPS Store U.S. retail locations. Send Easter joy on time at the UPS Store. Visit the upsstore.com/air guarantee for full details. Terms and conditions apply.